Hello guys! Today we are going to talk about present time. We are going to make a basic contrast between present simple and present continuous, okay? I'm not going to be talking about how to form the tenses because at this point you guys are supposed to know how to form it. So we are going to see just the differences in its usage. So let's start with present simple. We usually use present simple to refer to facts that are always true. For example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. We also use it to talk about habits. British people drink a lot of tea. It's an habit. And of course, we also use the present simple to talk about states. I don't like broccoli. Okay, so this is a state, it's not changeable. I don't like broccoli. I don't like horror movies. So this is a state, it's not something that can change, alright? We use present continuous to talk about situations that are in progress in a certain point in time. Usually they are, when we use the present continuous, they are in progress at the moment. These situations can be temporary. For example, I'm staying in a hotel until I find a new apartment. They can be actually in progress at the moment that we are talking. For example, look, the dog is sleeping on our bed. When we are talking about something that's actually happening at the moment, we use some time expressions, for example, like now, right now, at the moment. So we usually use this kind of. Look, the dog is sleeping in our bed now. It means it shows that it's happening in this moment, okay? This actually also, we use the present continuous to talk about situations that are in progress, but maybe not exactly at the moment that we are speaking. I can say that I'm learning to drive. I'm not learning at this moment, but this is something happening now. Or around the moment that I'm speaking. It's an action that's in progress, but not necessarily at the moment that I'm speaking. Okay? Now, state verbs. Remember that I said that we use the present simple to talk about states. We never use a state verb when we use the continuous form because continuous form talks about something that is in progress. So we usually use an action verb or a dynamic verb. We don't use state verbs. An example that we can give is the verb understand. Let's think about maths. I hate maths, and math hates me. So I think it's reciprocal. I don't understand math. This is not something temporary, this is a fact. It doesn't change. I don't understand math. So, this kind of verb, we have a list of verbs that are named as the state verbs. In your material, you have this on your Unit 1 Grammar Bits. Just check the list there. So those verbs are not supposed to be used in the continuous forms, alright? So just to review quickly, we use the present simple to talk about facts that are always true, habits, and states. And we use the present continuous to talk about things that are actions that are in progress at the moment. These actions being temporary, happening at the moment of speaking, or generally in progress, not necessarily at the moment of speaking. Alright? There are other uses for present simple and continuous too. We can start with present continuous and see other ways we can use it. We can use present continuous to talk about temporary situations. Imagine that we are at the beach and I turn to you and I ask you, are you enjoying your stay here? So this is a temporary. Unfortunately, we cannot live at the beach forever. That's sad, but this is temporary. Also, I can use it to talk about repeated actions, things that I'm doing in a repeated, like the frequency. For example, My car broke down, so I'm taking the bus to work these days. Alright? So this is an action that repeats itself kind of regularly. And there is one news that I particularly love, that is to complain about someone's annoying habits, you know? Think about a person that always do something that you hate. For example, I hate when people interrupt me when I'm talking. So if there is someone that does that frequently, I can complain by saying, "You are always interrupting me. Stop that." Okay? You're always interrupting me. I hate it. So we can use the present continuous to complain. And you don't need to use only always. You can use other adverbs like constantly, continuously, forever. Okay, you're forever interrupting me. Stop that. Alright? Also, we can use it to talk about, to describe a change or a development. Imagine that you look at the window and you see that the sky is getting darker, and you say, the weather is getting worse. Okay, so at the moment the weather is not so good, but it's getting worse. Alright, so it's a situation that is developing to a change that will make the weather worse. Okay, and we also can use now let's talk about the present simple. We also can use the present simple to make declarations, like, for example, I hope you come to my party, or I hope Corinthians will do good this year. I hope. I'm not sure. Okay, I don't trust much, but I hope. I'm always hoping. We can use the present simple to make a headline. Usually in the news they use the present simple to give more like a simplified form and to make the news more urgent. For example, ship shrinks. Oh, hey. Sorry, mistake. Ship sinks in midnight collision. Yeah, sometimes teachers make mistakes too, guys. Let's pretend it never happened. Ship sinks in midnight collision. So you make the headline look more urgent, okay? And if you want to get your likes on your news, that's the best way to get it. You post it using the present simple to make the headlines. We also use present simple in instructions or to describe itineraries, instructions, for example, on a recipe. So first you add the eggs, then you beat it with milk and sugar. So you use the present simple. And also we use the present simple to make a summary of events, okay? If we were talking about a movie, for example, let's talk about Wicked. In this movie, we see Elphaba when she arrives at school with her sister, and she displays her powers, and then she becomes a student at the University of Shiz. So we use the present simple to describe this, alright? We don't use past or other kind of tenses to make this kind of descriptions. And there is something that's called the historic present that we use when we are telling past events, usually like in a joke, to make it more dynamic, to make it more dramatic. For example, imagine that someone is telling a joke and saying, and then the second guy asks the first one why he has a banana in his ear. The first guy answers. So we use the present simple to describe this, alright? So guys, basically, those are the differences between using present simple and continuous. If you guys have any other questions, if you guys have any doubts about it, just ask, alright? You can leave a comment here, or you can ask in your class, in our classes, next to class, or you send me a message, and then we'll discuss a little more about about this tense, about the present simple and continuous. But just remember, basically, present simple, facts that are always true, we use it to talk about habits and states. And continuous, we are always talking about a situation that is in progress, that can be temporary. It can be happening at the moment of speaking, or just happening, generally happening, but not necessarily now. Alright? Thank you very much for staying with me today, guys. Have a very good day, and I'll see you next class. Bye!